Hello friends, welcome to Current Affairs Review. Today in this video, we are going to discuss about the long road to net zero. Prime Minister Narendra Modi announced a net zero target for 2070 at UNFCCC's 26th Conference of Parties in Glasgow. Along with these, India proposed five-fold paths as Panchamrit. Other significant emitters with net zero goals include United States, United Kingdom, and the European Union, which have set 2050 deadline. China has set a net zero target for 2060. Climate change is a unique climate phenomenon from a long-term shift from original patterns influenced by both natural and man-made factors. Unusual weather patterns can bring about a doomsday scenario. Humans can control and mitigate effectively to restrict the level of change. The world leaders must work together so that prompt interventions and initiatives can avert calamity. It can bring more resilient, greener future with more energy sustenance and balanced environment. World leaders convened an international treaty, the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change (UNFCCC) in 1992. It is a framework for international cooperation to curb the changing climate pattern. Kyoto Protocol was adopted that makes developed countries legally obligated to meet carbon reduction target. The Paris Agreement was signed in 2015. The major goal of these agreement is to create a global response to the threat of climate change by keeping global temperature rise below 2 degrees Celsius. And also putting additional effort to keep it below 1.5 degrees Celsius. Global climate fund of approximately $100 billion is to be achieved, and infrastructure exchange are established before 2025. Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change has released 6th assessment report. The report most concerning finding is world is running out of carbon space. Its analysis suggests there is a point at which the world's total carbon budget reaches 400 gigatons of CO2 and temperature rises by more than 1.5 degrees Celsius. As the transfer of $100 billion from developed to developed countries has fallen short. Conference of Select Developing Countries on Global Environmental Issues was held in Delhi in 1990. India was effective in obtaining broad support from developing world. India played a crucial role in formation of International Negotiating Committee as it governed by UNGA. India was successful in achieving a fundamental position in the convention due to strong Southern alliance and differences between developed nations. Its coalition-building skills were put to good use at COP1 to fend off northern demand. India assembled the Green Group of 72 like-minded developing countries, including alliance of small island states. Finally, it was able to persuade the European Union to support. India played key role in developing Clean Development Mechanism (CDM) principles. It also emerged as a global leader in hosting CDM project. Indian government took several domestic initiatives like publication of a National Action Plan on Climate Change in 2008. The first notable shift in India's climate foreign policy occurred in July 2009 at G8 summit, signing the Major Economics Forum. For the first time, MEF countries agreed to not exceed global temperature above 2 degrees and reduce world emissions by 2050. At COP15, India worked closely with the core group and created basic alliance to fight US-led North. At Paris Summit, India sent the updated national pledge on intended nationally determined contributions, where India greatly improved. In this, India greatly improved on its 2009 pre-Copenhagen goal, committing to lowering its GDP's emissions intensity by 33 to 5% by 2030 from 2005 levels. At COP21, India announced a new effort with France called International Solar Alliance, which aims greatly on adoption of solar energy. India's foreign behavior on this subject has been primarily driven by this interest-based view and aim to secure adequate policy space and carbon space inside it to assure its future development. In IPCC 2018 Special Report Global Warming of 1.5 degrees Celsius SR 1.5 Net Zero was introduced as a concept, with studies stating the global emissions. The Special Report 1.5 states net zero carbon dioxide (CO2) emissions are achieved when anthropogenic CO2 emissions are balanced globally by anthropogenic CO2 removals over a specified period. 65 countries have announced net zero target among 192 nations that have joined the UN Framework Convention on Climate Change. COP26 has seen an optimistic commitment among many political heads. Prime Minister Modi proposed five-fold paths, which he termed Panchamrit. The five-pronged strategy includes increasing non-fossil energy capacity to 500 gigatons by 2030, meeting half of the required capacity with renewable energy until 2030, reducing projected carbon emissions by 1 billion tons by 2030, lowering carbon intensity of its economy by 45% by 2030, and finally reaching net zero by 2070. India's move towards achieving net zero emissions has been appreciated by experts and many institutional heads. Experts applauded for its move was motivated more by geopolitical considerations than environmental concerns. Ajay Mathur, Director General of International Solar Alliance, said India's commitment to reducing 1 billion tons of emissions by 2030 and expanding its renewable capacity is a game changer. Ulka Kelkar, Director of WRI India's Climate Programme, stated India's new climate change targets go well beyond its NDC. Before COP26, developed countries put diplomatic pressure on India. Even United Nations Environmental Programme has reported there is a significant disconnect between countries' emission reduction goals. India was looking into the possibilities of meeting the aim given its current circumstances. Although India pledged net zero emissions, it retaliated by expressing dissatisfaction with the status of climate finance. It even intimated that achieving its net zero aim is still dependent on finance from developed nations. The BASIC countries also expressed concerns of the climate finance pledge. India's economic path suggests an increase in GDP per capita as well as rise in carbon emissions. Although population growth is moderating, but absolute increase in consumption is putting pressure on economy as it is highly driven by coal and other fossil fuel consumption. According to some estimates, peaking emissions in 2040 and reaching net zero emission by 2070 will necessitate a reduction in fossil fuel consumption from 85% to 20% by 2070. As net zero approach may provide long-term benefits, improving access to international technology capital and market. Researchers predict 60% India's capital assets is yet to be constructed, and if India's exports receive a green stamp, they can gain improved market access, particularly if nations puts a carbon price on exports. To fund the grid changes, it is required to scale up renewables. This would necessitate changes including independent regulator to assure market pricing of electricity tariffs, incentives to accelerate smart metering, and policies that lead to discount. Privatization. 500 gigawatt renewable aim needs a significant boost. Green hydrogen production has wide potential as a clean fuel. The Indian government has established a national hydrogen mission, which may help to accelerate the usage of this clean fuel. India's solar power potential will also aid in exporting hydrogen to global steel makers. Inflation may be turbulent until renewables are achieved. Oil and coal revenue will gradually decline, but revenue side reforms will counterbalance it. Download materials for this issue our website. Please like, subscribe and hit the bell icon. Thank you.